We're back. Again. Different day though, because it's past midnight now. I was streaming Thief Simulator earlier, which was an okay game. Very laggy at the weirdest times. I think it's just very poorly optimized. And it's alright past that point. So I'm supposed to go see Devila right now, I'm pretty sure, from what I remember last time, which was because I don't remember exactly. Please tell me I went through the right way, because if I didn't, then I have to go back. What Okay, this is the right way. So what I'm doing is I want to go back to the junkyard real quick so I can farm all that stuff again. I want to farm memory alloy, the rest of the mysterious LEDs or whatever it was, to finish the side quest, because it shouldn't be too hard, and I don't know if they're gonna fight with me in the junkyard. Emil just floats, I guess. Kinda teleports. Good to know. But yeah, we're going back to the junkyard so I can actually finish everything, and then hopefully I get something. I don't know if I'm supposed to go to the junkyard to get memory alloy. I'm assuming okay, Kaine. I'm assuming I do, because that's where I get titanium alloy, and they both have alloy in the name. I will look it up right now. And if I cannot get it in the junkyard, that will suck. I've just looked it up, and my heart is now breaking in the fact that memory alloy is in the B2 area of the junkyard, which I have avoided the entire time because I didn't feel like I was getting anything. Are they here? Nope. So, I have unfortunately wasted a bunch of time by not going there. And the plan is to do essentially just what I did last time, which is around 5 runs, depending on how lucky I feel.
So you're going to fetch parts to fix a lighthouse?
Yeah. There was this old lady that helped me once, and I'm fixing the lighthouse where she used to live.
Exactly who did the helping is a matter of debate, but regardless.
Wow! A lighthouse keeper. That sounds kind of romantic.
Indeed. She was nothing if not a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, I guess she was.
That's cool they gave them dialogue. Excuse me. I am heartbroken to realize I have to go to B2. Oh, this is 2F. Where the heck is B2? Pretty sure the other area was like A something. Yeah, these guys have nothing. They're following me around. Not really doing anything because I'm kind of just destroying everything. I'm glad they're here though. I'm glad they're helping me here, which is really cool. Not like I absolutely need them to by all means. But it's nice. Okay, so I don't know where B2 is apparently. I don't know if that's an area I'm supposed to be able to access later in the game, but I will at least farm the mysterious whatever else I need, which is broken lens I like. It is not mysterious anything, it's a broken lens. I thought it was mysterious LEDs for some reason, and I felt like that was completely wrong, and I was right in thinking that. Where'd the other one go? Oh, he's over here. I have plenty of all the other stuff, so I guess I wasted time because I didn't do the research, but that's I don't think that should be put on me as a player, since the game hasn't really told me anything besides go to the junkyard to get this stuff. It's a little awkward for Tiny fighting her, because she just or she casts like these really flashy spells. But I didn't think I'd be streaming again. In the same vein, the same day that I streamed Thief Simulator, that's for sure. It's also really unfortunate that my game did not come in yet. Hopefully it comes in very soon, so I can actually stream that and have fun with that. Very upset about it. It's been delayed for quite some time. Especially since I pre-ordered it. And I did get regular shipping for it, so I kind of expected it to come a few days later, but the thing is that they shipped it during a time where I should have received it on the day of release, and I just didn't. And they said it was delayed for whatever reason, without telling me why. So that sucks, but it is what it is. I really can't do much about it besides sit here and wait. I do wish I could get like a couple of my dollars back for spending money on shipping and then getting lied to about it, but delays happen. Don't know what happened, but it happened. Hog Champion. I just really want to get done with these side quests before I actually progress with the story. And I also want to kind of be done with this game. I want to see the story to the end already. I have no clue if I'm getting it tomorrow. Ideally I do, but if I don't, then I don't. That's really it. Then I can just keep going with this game, do coding and other stuff, I guess, which I've been kind of lacking in doing, but you know, I'm not in a rush. You're right, I should just play Unite. I should just keep ranking up in Unite. I do genuinely want to get to Veteran. Or at least, like, whatever the rank is to get rewards. You have to be, like, whatever the third rank is, right? To get the season rewards, even though they're, like, basically nothing. It's just chump change for rewards. I do want to play more so I can actually earn the currency and then get more Pokemon licenses and play more Pokemon. I want to try Cardboard. Where's... Okay, this is B1. I'm supposed to get a B2. But how do I get to B2 if it's blocked off? Last time I checked, it was completely blocked off. Am I supposed to come back later? Yeah, see, like, how do I get past this? I can't. It is impossible right now. Unless... Nope. Yeah, this is impossible to get past. Unless I really have to do some jank parkour to get past here. Okay. I'm assuming I can't go any farther to get this memory alloy, but I can finish the other thing where I can get the broken lenses because the regular enemies down here in the first floor are dropping them. I gotta get back into playing all these other competitive games. Like, I started playing Tetris 99 a lot more again because I'm getting rusty at Tetris, and it's actually really helpful to practice doing Tetris 99 because it puts you in a stressful situation of getting a bunch of garbage and then you have to figure out how to deal with it. Especially when you started stacking really high up and then you kind of fucked yourself by making a Tetris formation and then not getting any line pieces and then getting 10 lines of garbage thrown at you. It really tests your reaction time as well as your split-second decision making. So I started playing that again. It's fun. I really want to get back into Valorant again because I think the game has actually, unfortunately, kind of devolved to where you can get away with a lot, especially in lower elo with just having good aim, and then probably mid elo gold to diamond you can get away with a little more with just good game sense. I don't need any more mysterious switches. I need broken lenses. Valorant's fun at least. Like, I'm down to play unrated. I still haven't. I really want to try whatever the new fun game mode was, which I think was called. It started with an E. I don't remember. There's a new fun game mode. They might have changed it. I don't know. I put up the game every day to like practice the spray, or at least like keep doing it so that I don't lose touch whenever I do actually get back to Valorant. There's another mode to be played there, but I don't remember what it's called. What else do I want to get back into? I kind of want to get back into League. I kind of don't. Like, I think League is fun and very... very, how do I say this? You can do a lot as a single player in that game. Besides, you know, just like solo carry, get fed. Solo carry the game. I feel like there's a lot of satisfying things to do, like outplaying players, just being a better laner. Why did I dodge in place there? But like, I really don't want to spend the time to learn the game again, and then, cause like, I can barely remember how to do my runes on my own. I have to go to u.gg every time, and like the only characters I remember the runes for are the characters that I play multiple times and essentially like OTP them for a bit, like Rumble. And I forget Rumble's runes sometimes still. The runes are really hard to remember since I don't touch the game all the time. Item paths are really weird to remember, especially with the whole mythic item thing. I don't know what mythic item is best on half the characters, but some of them you can guess. Especially 80 carries where it's like any 80 carry that's super attack based, you just go Kraken Slayer, and then the other ones like Raven or not Jin, Chimera. You would build Immortal Shield Bow because Bane Brute is just better. Emil go hard. Look at him go. He's just shooting balls. But that's like the third time I've seen him do it in the entire time we've been here. I also should probably invest in new weapons. What other games do I want to actually get back into? Dude, I actually really do want to get into competitive Tetris again. Like Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, because I feel like that's a completely different challenge that I've never really done or committed to, and I should. It is not gross. Competitive Tetris is one of the most satisfying things to look at. The Puyo player has the advantage. They really do. And eventually, as a Tetris player, I will have to learn how to combat that. I can't think of any other games. Maybe Aim Labs. Maybe trying to aim for top 10% for some exercise like I did for precision headshot, which apparently either no one plays or people just are genuinely bad at that. And I think it's a mix of both, because most people play on really low sense and I play on semi-high sense, so it's way easier to flick. Dude, I can't do Final Fantasy 14. I really can't. Like, I would have to get a discounted subscription, or someone would have to pay for my subscription for a little bit so that I can actually get into the game. And I also really don't want to skip the story, because I feel like that's half the game. It feels really lame to play an MMO and then not do story content. And then just go straight to, like, end game content. Holy shit, these guys are swinging right off the bat. Yeah, no, I'm not making you pay for my sub, because I already know I'm not going to commit to the game, especially when no one will be willing to help me get through my content and get me to end game. And I'm not going to buy skips because I don't want to. Dude, where are these broken lenses, man? I just need a couple more broken lenses. I don't care if you would, I'm not gonna let you. And if you do, I'm not gonna play the game. That's just kind of how it goes. It's the Disney situation all over again. Plus, I would also kind of want to remake my character. I don't want to be a pugilist. I would want to try something else. Maybe just be a healer, and then be the one guy everyone needs, because the pugilist sounds kind of fun, but also, like, it's meh. The combat in the game is really meh. Yeah, man, sit there while I play the game. What a fun time. What a time to be alive. I would much rather just spend my time doing something else that I actually care about instead of FF14, where it eventually kind of felt like when I paid for my 1 month sub, I was just kind of like, man, I'm going to try and get through this content as fast as possible. I also really didn't care for the story because it was just so boring. There was just so much random shit that was happening. That I didn't really understand, and it just demotivated me from wanting to do the story. At some point, I kind of didn't know what I was supposed to do, and the game wasn't going to tell me. And since the game didn't want to tell me, I just kind of had to figure it out and pick something for myself, which I think is fine. But when there's so much to do, especially when I have to actually travel all over the place for it, it's really lame. Like, I like having the options, given all these choices and being told, like, hey, just choose something, and then eventually you get there. I just couldn't do it with all the stuff that I could do, as well as how big the overworld was. Or how much time it took to actually get to different parts of the overworld. MMOs are such a slog, and I really wish they weren't subscription based. Otherwise, it would be a little easier. Because I don't remember how much a subscription is, but like if I had to pay money monthly to play this game, but like the game didn't tell me what I had to really do, then like I had to pay for my own experience, which makes sense. But early on, that's so hard to do when there's so much to do and I don't really want to do any of it. I really don't want to do New World. I mean, I saw a little bit of gameplay for it, and it looks okay. It looks a lot more simple compared to Final Fantasy 14 or any other MMO for that matter. I just don't really want to commit to it, especially since it just came out. It's not even out yet. It's like closed beta or something. Yeah, that's the biggest problem with MMOs. Like, it makes sense why they're a subscription-based thing, because it's a constant online experience. It's not like a, you know, you do this thing and you're done. It's, you can keep doing whatever you want as a player. And it's your choice, it's your option. You can customize it as much as you want. Your experience is what you make it. But that's also just really awful, because you have to actually spend the time and have things you want to do. And it's so hard to play an MMO all on your own from the start. And even if I do have the FC, I don't really want to talk to those people. That's so much effort, especially being a newer player in comparison to them. I don't really care if they would be willing to help me. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to be like, hey, someone help me, blah, 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 and then talk to them, and then realize whoever is helping me, I don't get along with, or I don't like them. And I feel like raiding would be fun just because I'm a competitive person and I like cooperation, being in a team-based environment, but I wouldn't want to be a part of static. Because then it would feel like a chore. And that would kind of just take the fun away from it. Like, I hate doing things and then it starts feeling like a chore. Like, oh, I have to do it now. Like the whole, what is it? You do what you love, then your job becomes something. Like, if you do what you love for your job, then you're set for life. No, that's definitely not me. I'm the person who burns out really easy on things. I burn out super easy on things, especially when I'm, you know, constantly doing it. So like when I worked retail, I was super burnt out by a couple of months. No. Let me think. I think it was fun at first for a few months, and then eventually when I became just a decent enough employee to where a lot of people would come to me and be like, hey, can you take my shift? And I'd be like, okay, sure, why not? More money, I don't really have much else to do anyways. I did that for spring break, I think, where I took a bunch of people's shifts, and the reason I did that is because someone had to take them, and these people had already planned to go back home to visit their families or whatever. So I took a bunch of shifts, and I worked so much, and it burned me out really bad, and then I just kind of got demotivated to work, and then I had to have a talk with my manager about it because my attitude was noticeably worse. But I still did my job because I was getting paid minimum wage. I did the minimum requirement. I still got shit on for it, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, even if statics aren't mandatory, if I want to have consistent fun with doing raids, I feel like a static would be nice. And then I would burn out so easy. You know, even if it's like 2 hours, or not 2 days a week, it'd be like 3 hours. 3 hour sittings. And that's not every time, but still, if that's most of the time, that's awful. I can barely sit through classes. I get burnt out really easy in classes. Don't get in the world for me. Not at least until I get more research on it, because I have to do research on everything to make sure at least if someone's going to spend money on it for me, that I actually enjoy it. And I'd rather not have people spend money on shit for me and then I realize I don't enjoy it and then just be like playing only 2 hours. So I need to do a little bit more research first. How many runs have I done? I think this is the 4th one. But I do want to get back into competitive stuff. I kind of want to get back into Apex, but I really wish they would fix the servers already. Because I don't understand why it's so bad. I do want to try out the new characters when they come out. If they're not already. I think they're out already. I don't know. I don't pay attention to these, man. But, like, I want to do things where I actually want to get better, and then I can notice I made a dick on accident with the boxes. I want to do things where I can see my progress and actually know I'm getting better and I'm actually gaining something from it that I can apply to other things. Like Smash. I think I might start playing Smash Online. I played a little bit of Smash Online probably like last year or something. And I started at around 5 million GSP. And I've only played a couple characters online. And I was so bad back then to where I dropped down to 2 million GSP with 0 Super Samus, and that is really low. And so it lowered the average GSP I had. And whenever you play a character for the first time on Smash Online, it will start you out with whatever the average GSP for your team, your roster is. And then you gain or lose based off of other stuff. I don't really know, but because my ZSS online is 2 million GSP, I played an online game a few days ago. I played as Ike, and I was against the Cloud, and I didn't know how to play the matchup, especially on Wi-Fi. And it felt really fucking bad to play that. Especially because I didn't know the matchup, and I kind of schooled this kid at first, and then he just got really lucky because I played slightly bad and still wasn't used to Wi-Fi. And I went from like 5.5 million GSP to 3 million GSP, or straight down to 2 million, and it felt awful. Like, if Wi-Fi just wasn't so bad, it'd be so much more enjoyable, and I could play way better because I have good reaction time, and I really want to use that. I don't mind needing to read my opponent, but if that's all I have to do online, that feels kind of lame. Alright, I'll do one more run, and then if I don't get the broken lenses, then we just move on with the main story, I guess. What are my other quests in the first place? Memory Alloy, which I can't do yet. That's the Fisherman. I'm not doing any more fishing missions because they suck. I hate doing fetch quests that are RNG based. Last run. Hopefully I get the 2 broken lenses, or at least 1. If I get 1, then I'll run it back again. But if I don't get any, then I'll just call it quits and then move on with the main story. Because I do want to finish this game. There are quite a few single-player games I have to get through, besides, you know, my visual novels that I read. Which I'm currently reading. Devil on a G-string. Not the underwear, but like a violin string. And it's pretty interesting. It's a lot different from any other visual novel I've read. And then after that, I'll probably read Hello Goodbye, and then The Witch's Love Diary, I think it's called. What other ones are there? Do I have to read? I have to. There's so many in my library that I have to start. There was one that I started back a couple months ago, and then I just haven't gotten back to it, and I really wanted to read it. I had it in my library for about a year. It's called Atri. A-T-R-I. And it's kind of post-apocalyptic in a way, but not really. There's still, like, civilization that's normal. But it's mainly about a boy who finds this android that is a girl named Atri. And the story is kind of interesting, but there's just so much in it, at the beginning at least, that I kind of got demotivated from reading it, so I just started other stuff. That's around the time I started reading King Koi, Golden Love Ridge, which was really mid, if anything. Mega alright. It was funny sometimes, it was really gross other times. But it was pretty decent for any time that wasn't bad humor. I made a very long review on it on Steam. Not very long, but pretty long. About an essay. Essay long. There was this other visual novel I was reading. I had read probably 4 hours of it. I don't know where I am. I read 4 hours of it, and I fucking hated it. And one of the biggest problems was that I kind of knew what I was getting into when I was reading it. Because I read other works from the same people who published that visual novel, or who made that visual novel. So I had an idea what to expect, and it was just awful. Especially because it seemed like such a big project that a lot of people were excited for at the time. And it just seemed like a sham. And it's called Ethereal Enigma. And I have very strong feelings on how just awful the writing was for that. Because it was made by Pixel Fade Studios, which I don't think is a terrible company. They're kind of a small startup, I think. They have a Patreon. I actually still don't know how to say it properly, who cares? But they set up the Patreon for Ethereal Enigma, and it was worked on for about a year, I want to say. And then I didn't read it until like a year after it was released. I had it sitting in my library for a while because I got it on sale. I'd read their other works like Ace Academy and Crystalline, I think it was. Did I get a broken lens there? I wasn't paying attention at all. Nope. Okay. I'm feeling lucky. You know, I'll do one more run. I might get 2 broken lenses here. You never know. Excuse me. Yeah, I read Ace Academy and Crystalline, and it was extremely corny, but I didn't hate it. You know, it was still enjoyable enough for me to read. But it was really, really corny. Like, I mean, they tried to throw memes that were, how do I say this? Relevant at the time. And then memes that also were just super old and irrelevant. And it was really corny. I'm really trying to avoid the word cringe. Even though that's definitely a word, probably the first choice I would use to describe it. And then I read Ethereal Enigma, and it was absolutely awful. They threw in the SpongeBob meme where he's like mocking whatever someone is saying. So it's like, oh, how are you doing today? It's like, oh, how are you doing today? That's what they tried to do with one of the characters, and I hated it. It was genuinely cringy. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe the story's good. Maybe the writing gets better. And they kind of tried and they kind of didn't. And I hated the rest of it. And at that point, I was really angry with the fact that this is how I was spending my time. Because I was like, the writing is just awful. I can't get through the rest of this. It is genuinely making me sick to my stomach to read this. And I got so angry that I stopped reading, I uninstalled the game, and then I wrote a review that did not recommend the game, and all the little things that pissed me off about the writing. And I don't know how you do this, but the engine for the game was all so fucking awful because I say this all the time, if you do not have a good engine, there's no saving grace for your game, regardless, even if it's a visual novel. Even if all I have to do is read text, if you fuck up the engine somehow, it's done so. Anytime I would change the sounds, I would make it really low because it was way too loud. But the thing is, like, when I was in the main menu and I changed the sounds, nothing happened. I was like, I'm sorry, did I fuck up something? And then I booted up the actual game. Or, like, I started the actual game. And then I changed the sounds. And then that's when the sounds actually changed. And I was like, okay. And then I closed the game. And then the next time I opened the game to read again, the sound reset. And at that point, I was pretty pissed because I had to do this every single time. The sound would constantly reset. And then I'd be like, does it reset my settings? I checked the settings and they were still the same as last time. So I don't know why the sound kept resetting. And then so I went to the settings again and I was moving the volume slider around to see if that would make a difference. And it did. But like, that's so awful. Like, how are you gonna make a visual novel and then not make the game engine function properly half the time? I feel very strongly about game design because I code, and it's honestly really easy to fix some of these mistakes, and I don't understand how it's getting fucked up. Which is also kind of why I feel very strongly about the Nier series, where the story, I think the writing, great. You don't really have to fix too much in that department. The art, the graphics could use a little work because it's very monotone. All the colors kind of gray toned. And it's really hard to see. It's really hard for me to look at and be like, yeah, I want to keep playing this game. Okay. I'm feeling lucky. We go back in. I'm tired of running through the junkyard over and over again, but I really want to get this quest done. I just want to get this quest done. That is one of the few things I want to accomplish before I go to sleep. I need to set a new alarm. Not like a new alarm, but more like a new alarm sound, because I'm tired of listening to the same one that I have, which is just a song that I have downloaded on my phone. And I'm not tired of listening to the song. Okay, so that's actually part of the reason why I get burned out of songs really easy. I used to, if I found a song I really like, I would put it as my alarm tone. And anytime I would just wake up to it, I just got so tired of it because I would associate it with bad memories of needing to wake up super early in the morning. And that was the first thing I heard. FF10 playthrough 100%. Never. I could not. Square Enix games really piss me off for like the stupidest reasons. I could barely do Final Fantasy X because it wasn't terrible, but Square Enix games really piss me off. It is not the best game. You cannot tell me that it is the best game. Like, I think Final Fantasy 13 was pretty okay. And a lot of people shit on it for the linear gameplay, linear storyline or whatever. And that there was no real open world. And I think Final Fantasy X was alright. And it was like what I played when I was a kid. I even bought the special... What was it? What did they call it? There was a Japanese version of Final Fantasy X that was kind of like Kingdom Hearts Final Remix, but it was called something else. But it basically had the special bosses you do. And just extra stuff. And I got the original PS2 copy for it. And I still might have it. I don't know where it is, if I do have it. But Final Fantasy X just... I hate the aspect of the potential death spells that could, if you cast them, you have a chance of actually just one-shot killing someone. And it's complete RNG. And then me getting bad RNG and then just fucking losing the game. I hate that. There were other things that I hated about the Final Fantasy X. I don't know, gameplay. I think I really hated the fact that it was linear until it wasn't, where you had to keep running through places. And then eventually, until like the very end of the game, you could actually fly around, go through the overworld. And that's kind of when the game opened up a little more. There was the one boss fight with Kimari that for some reason was just inconsistent. Like sometimes you would get it through a playthrough and then sometimes you just wouldn't. And I don't remember why. Or maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. Blitzball was very bad. I hated Blitzball. At least early on. It got way better once you played it more. And then you actually leveled up your players. And it felt pretty okay past that point. Early on, Blitzball was awful. Like, you would lose. Because you just had to. And it felt fucking awful. You know, fuck the fucking Aurochs or whatever they're called. I remember grinding out Blitzball a lot, but early on, Blitzball in the game was really not fun. Especially when you're supposed to be playing as one of the best players in the world or whatever. In a different timeline. I don't remember what the Final Fantasy X story was. I don't remember what Xanarkin was supposed to be or what happened to Xanarkin. If he was in a different timeline or he was frozen like a caveman for fucking years. And I don't remember why his dad was there. Eject. And I still don't really remember the whole reason that Sin exists. I just remember that there was a war between people who used Machina and people who hated Machina and saying like, oh, Sin is the product of people being lazy and using Machina. My homies hate Machina and Sin. And then eventually everybody got over their basic racism of those who use Machina. I don't even remember too much besides... Waka was racist. That was the only real thing I remember. Waka's racist. Oh, dude, did you ever play Final Fantasy X too? That was like the introduction to the... fuck, I keep running into explosions. I'm not paying attention. That was the introduction to the stupid ATB bar. And I think the ATB bar is one of the worst things introduced to the Final Fantasy series. I just think it's so non-functional. Final Fantasy X-2 was a ride, but like the thing is, if you didn't do side quests or if you didn't actually spend time to grind, there was a part where I legitimately got stuck, and I could not progress in the game, nor could I go back, and it really fucking sucked. Final Fantasy 15. I thought about getting it when it was on sale, but it just didn't interest me. Because it just didn't. I didn't see myself wanting it. Okay, goodbye to you. Let's see, how do I ban from here? Bam. failed me. Final Fantasy 15 playthrough never. Just like that. Dude, I just need some broken... I'm feeling lucky in the next run. We do one more run. This one will actually be the last run of the junkyard. I've literally spent 45 minutes just running through this place. Getting bad RNG. Final Fantasy X too, though. It was okay. Until it wasn't, because there was a part I remember as a kid getting stuck in, and then I literally couldn't go back, and I couldn't progress, and it fucking sucked. But I think it was cool. They had a lot of cool designs. The classes that they introduced in that game were cool and fun, but there were definitely better ones. There were objectively better classes that once you got them and leveled them up a little bit, you were set for the rest of the game, which I think Dark Knight, or Dark Black Mage, is probably one of the best classes in the game for all the girls. It also had one of the best intros, I think. Intro songs. What other Final Fantasy games did I play? I played 13. I haven't finished it because I have it for PC, and the PC port is awful. I don't know why. I really don't know why Square Enix keeps fucking up ports. I played the 7 remake. I thought about buying or getting a ROM for the original 7. I hated the 7 remake. Because it was based off using the ATV, and then the dodge just was almost non-functional. Like, I never found a reason to dodge in the remake. I watched a little bit of Final Fantasy VIII. It seems okay. That's where our man Cypher is, I think. But yeah, the Final Fantasy VII remake was awful, and that was my introduction to Final Fantasy VII, and I fucking hated it. And I really didn't want to keep playing the game. But I had nothing better to do at the time, so I just kept playing the game. I would have rather stuck with... I should have done this, where I think the remake, gave you the option to play the remake version, or play with like the regular old battle system versus turn-based. I didn't try that. I should have. And then after playing the remake, I really have no clue if I'm going to get the next part, the second disc or whatever, which I think includes Advent Children. I didn't watch Advent Children. And the funniest thing about the Final Fantasy remake for me was that my sister really wanted to play it. And why the fuck am I up here? My sister really wanted to play it, and so she bought the game on her own. And so I just played her copy of the game. Because we only have one PS4 and it's my PS4. And I was like, do you want to play Final Fantasy VII first? And she's like, no, I have other things I want to play. You can go play it first. And I said, okay, and I did. And I hated it. And then she was like, hey, how was it? And I was like, I hate it. I am not going to play the game anymore. And I kind of lied to her, and I just finished the game hoping it would be great. And the ending was really anticlimactic, and I was really disappointed. And I was like, I cannot believe I spent hours playing garbage to get this. Okay, if I actually didn't get a fucking lens, I'm gonna be upsetty spaghetti. Oh my god. Yeah. And normally I'd be fine with that. But they tried so hard to make the fight, the last boss, super cool, and then it just wasn't. It was so awful. And it felt so short. Like, I know that the old game was multiple parts, multiple discs, I don't understand why it took so long for them to release the remake in the first place and then not release it as a whole. Or at least include 2 discs. Anyways, we're done with the junkyard. And I hate... Please. What? I'm not pressing anything. Why are the ladders so non-functional in this game? Holy shit, I'm gonna lose it. Please go down, please go down, please go... Thank you. But yeah, I couldn't understand why anyone liked the remake. Please just go down the fucking ladder. I even talked to my sister after she had like played it. And she was like, yeah, I found out the reason why you didn't like it. I was like, oh yeah, do you not like it either? She's like, yeah. At least it was pretty. Tifa looked cool. That was the only saving grace. Wrong button. But like, the Final Fantasy... Oh shit. Final Fantasy VII Remake was kind of my turning point for playing Square Enix games. Because that's when I realized, oh shit, a lot of the Square Enix games are kind of like this. I don't care how good the writing is, if the gameplay is actually just so hard to use, it's hard to play, it's not a good game. And that's when I kind of did a retrospect, a look back, and realized, holy shit, a lot of Square Enix games aren't that great.
Hey.
Oh, hi. I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
I understand you're doing this for the village, and that you don't have a choice.
Pretty much, yeah. But look, why don't you go talk to Popola? I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you.
I'm headed there next. Oh, and Devila?
Yeah?
Sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have lost my temper like that.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
Alright.
As I talk about Square Enix games, I'm playing a Square Enix game, and so far Replicant has been alright. I feel like it's lacking in the color scheme still, where everything's kind of gray, but it's visible enough. I also hate the camera. The camera keeps changing angles. The ladders are non-functional half the time.
Popola?
Oh, hello.
There's a lot of small
want to
nuances
apologize for
with Square Enix games that really just piss me off.
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
And they really try to make up for it
But neither did you.
with writing. And the writing is good, but as a consumer who likes playing video games, that can't be what makes your game better. Because it's a game, I should be playing it and having fun while playing it, not reading.
You're just trying to protect the villagers.
Dragon's Dogma.
And I
I
jumped
don't
down
know.
your throat for it.
I don't know anything about Dragon's Dogma.
It's very kind of you to say so. Regardless,
I literally
please don't let it trouble you.
don't have a single fucking clue what Dragon's Dogma is about.
I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
That was the same thing for me with Fire Emblem, and then I played a Fire
Oh,
Emblem game and
right.
I loved it.
Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
The temple
I look
where
into
I
it.
was first
Depends.
discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Oh ho. It was right under our pages the whole time.
Wow.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So take a boat.
It's one of your favorite games,
A
TBH.
boat?
Yes, the canal's finally been repaired.
That's how I feel about the Dynasty
It took
Warriors
a lot
series.
longer than expected.
Except for Dynasty
What with the
Warriors
shades
9,
and all.
which I have not played, but everyone says it's a fucking
I
train
also
wreck and
asked
no one
them
likes
to
it.
provide a boat at the path to the lost
Dynasty
shrine's
Warriors
back
is fun, man.
entrance.
Koei Tecmo? Or is it Koei Tecmo? Or is it Omega? One of the two. Whoever makes that style
That
of
should make
gameplay,
it easier for you to move from town to town.
it's so
Thanks,
brainless.
Popola.
And all you do is
feel
run
like you've
around
done
and
so
just
much
hit a
for
bunch
me.
of people.
I'm really grateful.
And you can do cool
Alright.
combos of these,
And for the
but
love of
you don't need to
everything, be
by any means.
careful.
You can just spam the same thing over and over again, but it's really fun to be brainless. And the whole territory thing I think is actually really fun. There's a little bit of strategy in the aspect of when the game kind of throws a random scenario at you, like, oh, this random person showed up and they
Path
shouldn't
above the
have.
entrance to the shopping
How will you
district
deal with
should
it?
lead to the boat
And you
landing.
can optionally deal with it, or you can try to fight them.
How
Except they're
excellent
extremely
to know
hard.
the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts
The
our
stories
days
are
of
pretty
running
bad.
all over behind us.
Because, well, the story's
faster
not
we
bad.
can move, the faster we can
The
save
story
them.
is based off of something
Let's
that's
use it as
fictional. It's a
often as we
fictional
need.
game based off a fictional story, which is also based off of something real. The Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which I have not read, but I've been interested in trying to get to know.
Which job should I... Want to help out the village blacksmith?
Okay, I guess I'll just
I
go
worked
help
on the
him.
client's...
I know where he is. Gameplay's super simple. You don't have to do anything intensive,
Hey, you.
A treasure?
Yeah, a treasure map. You know,
but it's fun.
a map that
It's
shows
one
you
of
where
the.
to
It's
find
the same
buried
reason
treasure.
why I like games like Power Wash Simulator, where I turn off the brain and then I do stuff, and it seems fun.
I'm collecting them. My lifelong dream is to one day roll
That's
naked
also
in a
why
pile
I
of
like
sweet,
One Piece
sweet
Pirate
treasure.
Warriors, because it is
That's
the same thing, but it's One
interesting
Piece.
dream.
And it's
So that's
the-
why I'm looking for a new treasure
one of
map
the
or
few
two.
reasons why I
If you
actually want to
find
watch One Piece.
Bring it on over to me,
But
alright?
it's so hard starting from the beginning, not because it's
Sure
super
thing.
long, but more
I
so
guess I
because
should know where to look for a treasure map before telling the guy sure thing.
One could hardly expect to
Goddamn.
stumble across such a thing lying on the ground.
Old document.
it's so long. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's one of the few reasons why I want to watch One Piece, and I stopped watching One Piece, not because it's long, but because when I started it, it's so old, and I can't deal with shit that's old. Because if it's so archaic, it's really hard to get into. Like, I would have had to watch it as a kid to really be able to sit through the early stuff. Trying to get through the early stuff when the writing landscape has completely changed. There are new things to do, new animation styles. It becomes really hard to watch. Shooters are fun. That's why I play aim labs every day, because I feel the need to get better at shooting games, FPSs, but like regular. I remember playing a lot of Sniper Elite, and then I just stopped at some point and completely dropped the game. I don't know what the quest I'm supposed to do is. Find a treasure map. Where would you look for such a thing? Don't know. Moving on with the story, I guess. Oh, maybe I have to go to Seafront. I feel like that's probably the best place for it. Like the beach. The beach where there would be a bunch of sand and probably stuff buried under the sand. But yeah, when I started One Piece, I was like, man, I think I'm prepared to get through all these episodes just so I can get to the one arc that seems really cool. And then I was getting so bored reading all this old writing that I just dropped it. I didn't finish season 1. I'm still not done with season 1. I'm like 50 episodes in. I have kind of dropped watching anime because I have games to play. And I just don't eat outside in my kitchen anymore. I just started eating at my desk and I have a bunch of YouTubers to be watching. But I should get back into watching anime. I need to keep up on Fruits Basket. Probably finish watching Darling in the Franxx and see why people like it, but I started Darling in the Franxx, and it's really mid. It's the most softcore porn I've ever seen. I am not watching Naruto ever. I could not get into Naruto. I feel like Naruto is really just melodrama. wasn't so easy to use, then not a lot of people would be fans of it. I have Haikyuu on my Crunchyroll watch list thing, and I just haven't gotten around to starting it. I was supposed to start Jujutsu Kaisen at the beginning of my summer break, and then I just never got around to it. Hello, friend. What do you need?
Hey, look who it is. Remember me?
I don't want to remember you.
That red bag. By my pages. You're the slovenly half of that couple who refused to
I'm not
stop
gonna watch
arguing.
Haikyuu right now.
Hey, it's been a while.
I don't want to get DMCA'd.
Sure has. I've been in charge of this canal since we last talked. Apparently I did a pretty good job with it because they decided to make me the permanent ferryman.
There you go, man.
Oh yeah, huh? Congrats.
Thanks. Still, it's not all puppies and unicorns. The old ball and chain is always harping on me now about how much I work. Anyway,
What other
if
anime
you got a place to be,
watch?
just let me know and I'll take you there.
I watched, I think the last anime that I finished, what? Ooh. The last anime, what is this? Well, I don't need to be here anyways. The last anime I watched and finished, I think, was Gamers, which I didn't know you could actually buy the episodes of Gamers on Steam and watch them. And that's where it came from. And it was really mid. Because the entire anime is literally just about misunderstandings. And it was kind of fun to watch, but also kind of not fun to watch because it was just misunderstanding. And these people just didn't talk it out. Because obviously if they talked it out, then there would be no real conflict. Which was fine until it wasn't for me, but I still finished it, and I'm glad it was only like one season. One of the most ironic things was... What the fuck is this? Ew!
Little bastards. Calm
Not
yourself.
these guys
Haste
again.
will only lead you to making an ill-timed mistake. An unstable heart is the worst armor one can have.
No time for that, Vice. Gotta get to Yona.
Yona, dude, we don't even know where she is. Chill out. We weren't even supposed to be here in the first place, dude. Calm thyself. These guys with their bootleg armor and I'm eating a bunch of shit. I kind of also forgot I had other business in the seafront, like checking if there were any good weapons. Kind of stop fighting. I need to go get weapons. Do Kaine and Emil just sit outside while I am exploring town? Because I wasn't paying attention. Oh yeah. Weapons, 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 weapons. Who knows, lady? I could buy all of these, and I might as well. And they're pretty bad right now. But once I get to upgrading them, I think we're set. There's a lot of things I want to get back into doing besides watching anime. Like producing music. Or at least attempting to. Learning music theory. Maybe streaming. But I will be quite busy in the upcoming months. Because of my project.
Damn it! Your armor's too strong.
No, it's not that
They
strong.
seem to have developed some manner of bodily protection. It seems these creatures too follow the prescripts of evolution.
And I'll just have to overpower
Okay,
him.
he just roll. Okay, he just double rolls. What a bitch. Kaine doesn't know how to aim for big ball. Good word, good word. After this game, my next solo game, besides the Division novels that I read on this side, I'd probably start Persona 4. I had started Persona 4 on hard mode, and then I realized hard mode is currently really fucking hard. Like, actually super hard. and I could barely get through the first two bosses. So I'm feeling like I'm going to just start fresh. Persona 4 Golden. Or I can continue the .hack series, which will be kind of a slog to get through because it's an old game, old gameplay, and all they did was remaster it. But I wouldn't mind too much because I had fun with those games. Even though I only played like the second one in the series. So I might get back into .hack. I think that's it for now until other games come out. I do have Thief Simulator now, but that game I actually have to work on. I'll probably just play it on my own time. Can't wait until they release more maps for Power Wash Simulator. The game's good. I am honestly down to replay all of the maps. Because it's just that good.
Welcome.
Yeah, what you got? Oh wow, you really do have new weapons in stock. That's crazy. I will, I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to do this now because it's kind of late and I also kind of want to start getting ready to go to sleep. I will do it. I'm going to progress with the main story, do whatever needs to be done at the temple place, which I don't remember where it is. Lost Shrine. Ah, I remember where that is now. Alright, we'll do this little story bit, and then hopefully it's not too long. Hopefully it lasts like half an hour at most. I need to get a haircut, man. Probably gonna get a haircut soon. My hair is pretty long right now. Or it covers like half my ears when I pull back, and it covers half my face if I just let it down. I haven't gotten a haircut in half a year, probably. Pretty sure the last time I got a haircut was back in January, and it is currently July. The end of July. So I need to get a haircut. I've noticed how heavy my head is purely due to hair. So I kind of can't wait. I'm kind of on the fence about it because I kind of have some fun with the long hair. I can style it a little more, or style it in a way that I just normally don't do. So I'll say goodbye to it because it'd be nice to have short hair again and not spend forever washing my hair because it's long. That's exciting. I also can't wait to get...
I don't think you can venture in here again.
Didn't you tell me I was supposed to? Dude, what the fuck am I supposed to do then? Was I supposed to set sail all around it? Oh, my bad. I really wasn't paying attention. I was supposed to go to the seafront. Good to know, game. Oh, I could have just... Ah, I can climb over it. At least that's nice. But yeah, I can't wait to be done with my group project and then just graduate and start doing my own thing as an adult. That'll be amazing. That's all I really want to do. I also want COVID to be over so I can actually do things like normal. COVID's definitely not going to be over. And in fact, it is going to just purely get worse. Hello? Do you have something going on?
Even a single sprig of earth.
Whatever. I don't care what you say. Are these harvestable or something? Oh, they're still pretty fucking dead. Oh, harvest? Nice. Harvest? No. Oh, I see. So I have to discard them because I didn't use fertilizer, which is a very unfortunate truth that I have discovered. I guess I'm just not gonna get this side quest done because that's a new first for me, man. Because this is also kind of RNG as well as genuinely time consuming, where I have to actually turn off the game for this to work. Unfortunate waste. It is what it is. I'm glad that fetch quest and RNG based quests are kind of leaving the RPG scene. I have a lot of games in my Steam library that I just haven't touched, like Dead Space. And I probably will not touch Dead Space anytime soon. I need to get a bunch of new stuff. I want to get a wireless mouse, man. With my monitor stand right now, it is kind of annoying because my wired is locked. I am scared, dude. I hate horror games. I can deal with phasmophobia and stuff because I'm playing with other people and they're not meant to jump scare you like that. Dead Space I could not deal with. What other games do I have? I have so many other games that I just can't think of off the top of my head.
How about buying something?
Everyone seems to be.
You did stream Dead Space once. I've seen it. I've seen it all. I remember it. I can hear it right now as it echoes. What am I doing? I should take the floor. Come here. Yeehaw! It is not my turn. I'm not gonna stream Dead Space. Probably because the game is also really old. I did want to finish replaying Yakuza 0 and then Dynasty Warriors 8.
Where did that enormous ship even come from?
What other games? What other games? I'm trying to think and I really can't.
Oh, there!
Ho there! Yeah, oh my ass. I will tab and see.
The Lost Shrine's up ahead, just past this cave.
Oh yeah, there's Hades. I don't know. I would have to really force myself to play Hades. What else is there? Dino D-Day? When did I have this? I kind of want to re-download the Sky 5 and then just practice grinding, or maybe speedrun it. I need to finish Bully, but the game is actually really... It didn't age super well in terms of its engine. Fez, I had never touched Fez, but it's been in my library forever. Because I think I got it from the Humble Bundle once. I have a lot less than I thought. LA Noire, I never finished LA Noire. I played a bunch of it and then I just never got to finishing it. And I don't remember why. I have Little Nightmares that I got for free on the one free weekend. Probably won't play that. I forgot I have the My Hero Academia fighting game. I don't have as many games as I thought. No wonder I can think of them.
As well as the Shadow Lord's castle.
Let us make haste.
Let us make haste. Onward we go. Oh, this is... I see now, I see. Yeah, I'm expecting this to probably take me 40 hours total, and I've played for like an hour, 2 hours almost. That's a lie. I don't know how long I've played, probably 10 hours. 15 maybe. hopefully this does not take forever. This feels kind of early to be finding the Shadow Lord's base, not going to lie. This ladder sequence is forever. Emil gets the flow, Kaine doesn't know how to climb ladders apparently. You know, there is one... The spear, the devil. Ooh, E. I need to do word ads. I haven't done those in a while and I've found quite a few words. Yep. Can I just... Nope. Oh, you know, I started, a long time ago, I started Grandia 3 again on an emulator. And I keep really wanting to get past the game, and I just haven't gone around to it. Chess is popular. I will probably play it when I understand the game better, or actually decide to play the game for real. Because I will just make moves and then I don't actually look at the board. And it kind of sucks because you kind of have to do that. But watching the chess videos are fun. Does that change anything for the stats? No, not really. I think the chess tournaments they do with like content creators is fun to watch. Those are entertaining. Holy shit, this feels like it's gonna take forever. I might have made a mistake and I should have just ended it. But I feel so unsatisfactory having done multiple runs in the junkyard just to not really get mysterious lens or broken lenses. My brain is shutting down. Super hard. I didn't get as much done this summer as I wanted to. That's alright. I'm not tripping about it. Back in here in this depressing place where I don't have a map for it. And these guys spawn with the armor. Awesome! I'm using the triangle button for the first time, and it's helping. My magic is kinda not hurting me, really. And I kinda have to just use these guys by jumping and doing the triangle button, which is the heavy attack. Which makes sense. Makes sense. Yeehaw! Oh, that was kind of a cool combo I did. Why did... Hello? Oh, yeah, this guy's just down. Why did you switch to the other target? Why can't I switch to this guy? Weird. Where am I supposed to go? Do I just go up the stairs? Hello, anybody home? See, we have a gardener on our hands. Growing a real nice tree in here. This heavy attack is really slow, but it's the only thing that will actually cause me to... Oh, I almost just straight jumped off. Finally, I got a map. I really needed a map for this place. It's stupid. That guy's excited. He's happy. He wants to be here. He paid to be here, probably. Yeehaw! I don't think the other guy's dead, but the camera just swapped him. Hello. Oh no, he's gone. I guess. I didn't feel like he was, but game said otherwise. I'm gonna start breaking all the boxes because that's where I'm getting just a bunch of random stuff. Dude, I really don't want to do Dark Souls. We haven't even finished Code Vein. I might do Dark Souls if I have more time and have the motivation to do so. Am I? How do I? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Can I even go this way? Nope, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. I had to make way. Oh, okay.
This is all too easy.
Explain to me why I had to make way for a door that didn't even open that way. Does it open both ways? No, it doesn't. So, why did I have to make so much leeway for a door that doesn't even open that way? Oh, hey, you're fighting shades over here? My bad, I was messing with the door. Camera, I locked on and then you just unlocked on for some reason. Yeehaw! Okay, this guy's blocking everything. Like a dick. Onward. Is there any good items in these places? So far no. Just a bunch of medicinal herbs. Who knows? One day I might pick up Dark Souls when I have more money. And time. I feel like Dark Souls is a game I would actually have to put a lot of research in. Holy cannoli, what the fuck is this? Okay, so, can't move that one. Can only move those ones. Can't move. Can I, really? I can't move these other ones, but I can only move the ones by the door? I really made it through that cracking hole over there. Nope. Supposed to pull this one over yonder. And then push it, right? Now I can go through. Okay, this door opened that way. That one made more sense. Oh, this one, the door doesn't open that way. And then I move this out, and then I pull it back. And I push it. And then I pull this one back. Dude, I want to do more puzzle games. I feel like those are fun. One day we might go back to Code Vein. But I'm the kind of guy who's like, if I play a game and then I don't touch it for a long time, I feel like I have to basically restart. Because if I don't restart, then I'll just feel super lost and I'll spend so much time to relearn it. But I also really don't want to do that for Code Vein because it's Code Vein. It's supposed to be a Dark Souls-like game. And I don't want to have to go through the boss that we probably had to go through the first time. And I remember we had to do it twice because co-op playthroughs were completely separate from each other. And I don't really want to do that again. So I have very mixed feelings about Code Vein. These guys really are just really annoying to deal with. I have to hit them hard at the right spot. Because if I don't try to hit them head on, I just don't do anything and they get knocked back. Oh, all these little mole rats that get one shot by Dark Blast. Excuse me. Why can you not, like, pull or push multiple blocks at once? Like, why can't I pull? Okay, so I have to pull this back one. Then I push it. Then I pull it. Then I pull it. Easy. And the door doesn't even open that. Dude, please, video game, why? I bet you the door doesn't even open this way, and it just wants to give me a puzzle to give me a puzzle. I don't need to absolutely be there. Yeah, that works, right? Hey guys, you were just waiting on the other side. Thank you. Thank you so much for not helping me with my puzzles. I'm getting wombered right now in the corner and I can't reverse it. I'm not locked on. It just unlocks for no reason half the time. It's really annoying. And I wish it would just not do that. Okay, this section is not gonna actually take long. It's just what's the word? Tedious. Especially with these big armor dudes that just have armor that make it longer to kill them. Especially for that fact. Pay attention to where I am in respect to their position and how much armor they have. So I can just hit the score button. Not a boss, dude. I'm just gonna sit here. Alright, he's done. I dodged at the worst time apparently because his attack is not obvious. Okay, what part of that swing is the attack? Please tell me again, because I apparently don't know. So what's the point of finding him? I probably have to go this way in the first place. Is there any? This way is. Dude, please stop closing the doors on yourself. It's so annoying. I'll run all the way over here and let's see what these have. Medicine orb. That's it. I'm glad the game introduced new weapons for me to use, but I just don't have a reason to use the other weapons in comparison to the spear right now. Because it does the most damage and it's the fastest.
Kaine, Emil, look, from now on, I'm going to sleep outside with you.
Why?
I can't accept that you aren't allowed in the village. It's stupid.
So you're staging a protest? Fun.
Don't waste your time.
But it just feels wrong.
Well, that's really nice of you, but you still don't have to stay out here with us.
Emil.
You got a super important mission. You can't sleep out in the rain. What if you catch a cold?
That's
Besides,
alright.
I like camping with Kaine. Sometimes we sit around the fire and tell stories, or roast...
Emil, that's enough. I got a fucking image to maintain.
Bet you do. Listen, if they're having fun, they're having fun. That's just the way it goes. I fucked up. I'm supposed to be over here. I think it was in the right position the first time. So am I meant to be back where I was at the beginning of the game? Where's the mailbox?
We seem to be surrounded by a mob of helpless puppies.
Just kick him aside.
Okay, calm down, main character. Don't be that rude to the puppy. You guys are probably trying to live their lives, and you're like, hey, just bait their ass. Beast Lord! Thank you, game, for sticking me in the animation. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Yeah, I don't have a reason to use any other weapon right now. Sure, this vile axe. It's a two-handed sword though. I'd rather not use a two-handed sword when it's faster to use just one-handed. Okay, I'm gonna go through this and then hope it doesn't take too long. Maybe like another 10-20 minutes, hopefully. We do whatever this section is and then call it quits. Hello! Welcome back, boss that I fought way earlier that is just casually back. And broken from 5 years.
What's going on? There's dozens of them!
These are creatures of the darkness. Lure them to the light.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Pathetic
here.
to the air.
I'm in the light.
Aim for that statue. It's the leader.
Oh, he just knocked me back. This is kind of really lame the way I have to play this apparently today. Kind of whack. Okay, he just has a barrier if I get too close. If I walk up now, though, would be doing this. Knock him down. Punch.
Have you felled the beast?
Hopefully. Nope, he still wants to fuck around and find out. Come on, man, just keel over for me, because you're a pushover. Dude, how?
Kaine!
How? Is she just okay? Is she still alive? Oh, no, I lied. Goodbye. How? Someone explain this to me, how that happened.
Hurry! Strike it down!
Emil, you're not doing anything. Don't tell me to hurry if you're not doing anything. That's a whole lot of red. Got a lot of Kool-Aid ketchup in them. Don't touch me. 6 feet apart, brother. Bye-bye. And just like that, we kill the character that we just got. Back from stone.
Kaine! Are you alright? Kaine!
I fear there is little we can do for her.
No! Kaine!
What is happening?
Here we go again? Question mark.
Kaine! Kaine!
Kind shade. Oh, this is the real fight.
Kaine's
No wonder
shade.
the other guy was a
No other
pushover.
choice. We must
Oh,
track it down.
oh, that's fun.
Kaine! Come back! Kaine! Kaine!
Kaine!
I couldn't hold it back. I can't be with...
We're always going to be together, Kaine. If you transform again, we'll just stop it again. As many times as it takes. I don't care how tough it is. We're gonna get you back. I like sleeping outside because I'm with you, Kaine. I'm able to ignore my appearance and keep going because of you. I'm weak, and I'm sad, and I'm lonely. But you make me strong. You're my friend, and I need you. So don't you dare leave me.
The text is advancing fast on its own. I have not
Alright,
pressed the button.
alright. Stop crying.
Now I press the button.
And... thanks. I'm alright.
Over there.
Yee. Obtain mysterious stone
And
fragment.
what is this, hmm?
Beats me. It's got some kind of writing on it, but I don't know what it says.
How remarkably useless of you. Well, let's go ask Popola.
I guess we're not going to explore this mysterious elevator-looking thing behind this symbol.
It's a cipher of some kind.
Can you determine its meaning?
I think this is the key to unlocking the Shadow Lord's castle. Here, take a look at this. I wrote down
What
all
the
the words
fuck?
I can understand. This fragment is called the Stone Guardian. Given that you found it in the Lost Shrine, the words must mean something. There are spaces here for 4 other fragments as well.
You just happen to
Sacrifice,
know what they
the
look
Law
like?
of Robotics, the Memory Tree, Loyal Cerberus. The Law of Robotics probably refers to the Junk Heap, and the Memory Tree might be the Forest of Myth. But as for Sacrifice and Loyal Cerberus, I don't have a clue.
Not a problem.
Hmm?
If we want to fill in the words, we just run around the world killing every big monster we find, right?
Oh, splendid. By all means, let us undertake a murderous rampage.
They're just shades. Besides, it's the only way to reach the Shadow Lord.
It's a dangerous task.
Yeah, well, Yona's in even more danger.
But how can you even be sure that she's...
Because she is! Right? The Junk Heap and the Forest of Myth, yeah? I'm on my way.
Please be careful.
Here we
Oh,
go.
and listen,
Alright.
about Kaine and Emil. The villagers know how much they've sacrificed, and they're thankful. It's just... they're scared, you know? People can't change overnight. I'll hurry them along the best I can. But can you please give them a little more time?
I'll try.
Alright, now we can go. Oh, at least that segment didn't take too long. It took around the time I thought it would. Let's go for the Junk Heap
Popola
first,
said we might be
'cause I
able to
might
find a
as well
key
go
fragment
back
in the
there.
Junk Heap.
Perhaps
the
we can
stuff that I
find a
need.
clue at Two Brothers' weaponry.
But that'll be for next time. Hello. Were you standing here the
I
whole time?
decided a long time ago that Popola was too important and beautiful to worry about shades and the like. That's why I dedicated my life to protecting her. She trusts me to keep the library secure. So maybe someday she'll trust me with, other things.
False hope is better than no hope at all, I suppose.
Okay, big guy. You do you. I'm going to leave you alone. In hope. Nothing but the best, I guess. Not for him, though. I put 17 hours into this game. And I'll call it for now. I'll put more hours into it later. I'm tired, man. It's 2:30 a.m. Oh, I'm sleepy. Thank you for watching. If you're watching the VOD, thank you for watching the VOD. Much appreciated. Hopefully I get Neo The World Ends with you soon. Ideally, later today. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.